it's about that time we inspire our young ones into choosing career path in the field of science and engineering. On the program Engineering and You, right here on OGTV, the People's Telly. A wonderful evening to you, wherever you're watching us from. And I say welcome to today's program. I'm Dominic Agbeha, your host on the program. And in the next couple of minutes, we are going to be inspiring, we are going to be motivating the young ones into choosing career path in the fields of science and engineering. From the conversation to the question of the day to the guests' thoughts and the rest of them, we are going to be inspiring you, and I'm so sure you are going to enjoy every bit of what we have packaged for you this wonderful Friday evening. Let us go on this break. When we come back, we are going to be meeting our guests, and then the conversation is going to begin. You will also have the opportunity to call in and then answer the question of the day, and you will also be privileged to ask our guests any question bothering your mind in the fields of science and engineering. Let's go on this break, and I'll be right back. Let us meet our guest on the program today. Who do we have on the program to inspire the young ones? I'm going to tell you briefly about him. Engineer DEMOLA AGBOOLA, FNSE, was born on the 26th of January 1957 in Lagos State, although he hails from Ogun State. He worked briefly with the Ogun State Teaching Service Commission between 1984 and 1986, teaching mathematics and sciences, electrical and electronic in Technical College in Idiaba before going into the media world. Engineer DEMOLA AGBOOLA worked with NTA Benin before joining the services of the Ogun State Television in 1997, where he rose to the position of Assistant Chief Engineer. While at OGTV, he worked aside from the upkeep of studio equipment and transmitters, he also handled some major facilities, design, supervision, acceptance of the Range Rover outside broadcast OB van for Lagos State and Osun State, sought for approval and acquired same design after delivery for OGTV OB van. In the team with other engineers, he was able to do a live broadcast of the visit of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ibrahim Babangida, when it was far-fetched to even think of the idea at that time. As a technical director, he also contributed largely to the production of popular soap operas recorded and produced in OGTV as at that time, such as Turning Wheel, Things Fall Apart, Bassey and Company, and a host of others. Introduced a lot of innovation to keep the station afloat during the difficult times when spare parts was not really available anywhere for equipment upkeep. He also worked with WAPCO, now Lafarge Africa PLC, and rose to become manager, electrical instrumentation and automation. He retired in 2012 to start his own company, and have since been in private practice. He is a member, Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers between 2018 to 2019, member, Ogun State Technical and Vocational Education Board between 2013 to 2016, and consultant on Technical Skills Development Program, Lafarge Africa PLC between 2012 till date. Some of his awards include Best Engineer Award of the Year 1989 by OGTV Management, Best Engineer Award by Walker Union, Ratau in 1990, and of course NSE President Award, December 2018, and of course Ansarudeen Society of Nigeria, Abeokuta Distinguished Merit Award 2021. Some of his hobbies include football, traveling, and discoveries, and of course sharing knowledge. It's a pleasure having you in the studio with us this evening to discuss nothing but engineering and of course encouraging young ones to go into the field of engineering and sciences. But before we begin the conversation, let us tell you that you can be part of our conversation by calling and of course answering our question of the day. We have the question of the day already, and of course the question is, when a beam of white rays is dispersed by a prism, when a beam of white rays is dispersed by a prism, which color will be refracted to a larger extent? That's the question on the screen, and of course that's the number as well. Feel free to call us, answer the question correctly, and also ask our guest a question concerning engineering and sciences, and you stand a chance, or you are going to be winning our prize. Now, as we wait for a call, let us interact with our guests. How did it start for you? Different people with different stories on how they got into or found themselves in engineering. How did it begin for you?
Okay, first of all, I'm happy to be here. It's like a homecoming for me. As you read earlier on, this was where we did a lot of things when engineering was still in the rudimentary stage.
In Nigeria? In
Nigeria, yes. So we had to get things going at any cost. Okay, it started like as a young guy, one is interested in, getting things done, trying to solve problems, and then, of course, you are given opportunity to also contribute to things that people consider then were beyond your age. You understand? Just because of the attitude that you have. So, ab initio, I'm from the beginning. There is that interest in science and mathematics, and of course, naturally, it led me to engineering. So.
And then looking back, is there any cause to regret the decision you made, venturing into engineering?
Like some people will say that if there is an opportunity of coming back again, I will choose this path because it's paid up for me. It makes you a better person. And you don't see anything as an obstacle, you understand? What you need to do is to understand the environment, what you want to do, and search for knowledge, then you get it done. So if I have to come back again, I will choose this path.
Now, let us look at your area of specialization as far as engineering is concerned, electrical and electronics.
Yeah.
How important really is this aspect of engineering to humanity, as a matter of fact? And what do they do? How do they impact the world?
From the beginning, in those days, we know more of electrical engineering because then it has to do with supply of electricity, energy, to homes and to factories, to run businesses and all the rest of that. So it becomes a very, very important aspect of human, living and development. Electronics also evolved from it. And from there is no stopping. What does that mean today? It means that, what we used to know as electrical engineering in those days has been, divided into different disciplines, meaning that it is still the intent for human progress and development. From it you had computer, from it you had telecommunications, from it you have cyberspace, so many things. So for me, electrical engineering is about living, it's about growth, it's about humanity, and we cannot but continue to grow in that path, because that's the lead to every other thing. You imagine a country where, we suffer electricity in this country hugely, and if you see the impact it's making on people living and in commerce, in industry, you will imagine that, if we are able to get it right, the quantum leap that we have in terms of economy and growth in the country, it will be so huge, so huge.
Well, definitely it's going to be so huge, and that's the more reason why we cannot but continue to encourage people to go into the fields of science and engineering. And that's the more reason why we must appreciate the sponsor of this program, Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSE, for putting this together so as to encourage and motivate and inspire young ones to pick up career paths in the fields of science and engineering. And of course, we also appreciate the Nigerian Society of Engineers Abeokuta branch for powering this laudable idea. We still expect your call. Call us. That's the number on the screen. Call us and let us have your thoughts. Let us have the answer to this question on our screen, and also let us get to hear your question for our guest. Now let us look at electronics. How lucrative really is this aspect of engineering? You will agree with me that the children of nowadays are not children whom you would actually ask to go into a particular endeavor that is not lucrative, that is not going to put enough, food on their table. How lucrative really is?
It is. It's something that can keep you going, for an entire life. And where to start from is really to arouse interest of the younger ones. In our household, we have so many appliances that are electrically driven by electrical power. So what it means is that, including, battery powers, we call it diesel, so if you get the younger ones, to fix small things, there is excitement. That excitement will lead to further discovery. It will lead to wanting to do more and more and more. So for me, electrical engineering is about, one profession that you don't need too many things you don't need too many things to start a private business. As we speak, a whole lot of people there, to plug something only, a lot of people require somebody to help them do it. To fix bulb, require people to do it for them. So it's a field that can begin to make money once you learn it, just like that, immediately. You begin to make money. You repair small things, electric iron, kettles, repairing lighting, bulb, things like that. So it's a profession that readily gives you money. You begin to learn and you begin to earn money just at the same time.
Maybe I should also ask you this. What are the benefits, or what do those who study, there are a lot of prospective undergraduates watching us. What do they stand to gain or benefit if they pick up career choice in engineering and sciences, and of course in electronics?
The benefits are huge, really, and that is the way we should be going as a country.
Okay, so sorry, sir. We have Sophia calling from Ashero, Abeokuta. Sophia, how are you this evening?
The answer is violet color.
The answer is what?
Violet.
Violent. Okay, violent. Okay, so do you have any question for our guest?
Do you have any challenges when growing up? And what are the challenges? And how do you overcome?
Okay, so he's going to respond to that.
Okay.
You can do that.
Okay, obviously with every human endeavor and with everybody, as you grow, up, you meet various challenges. Challenges can come in many folds about what you want to do or about growing up itself. So there are challenges as an individual, that is growing up. There are challenges as per a profession I have chosen, engineering. So the important thing really is not to see a challenge as an obstacle. Is to move over it, confront it. And if you need help, ask the next person beside you, how do I do this? You will get answers and you will move. That's the way life is.
Maybe I should ask you this. What are the common challenges that anybody that wants to pick up career paths in science and engineering will face?
Fear. That is the major challenge for all the young ones, fear. But maybe it's due to the way the schools, the curriculum and the teaching methodology is done in schools. For instance, mathematics. Everybody, if you sample, most people don't want to touch it. But it's about the most exciting thing, you understand? If you I was saying the other time, if you give a small kid a challenge about, okay, go and get that light bulb fixed, after telling him, do this, with battery, and he gets it, and it illuminates. Say, okay, he wants to do more, which means the interest has started to, getting aroused. The same thing with mathematics. If people just understand just the basic aspect of it, you understand, they want to do more. It gives him a problem, he solves. Say, yes, I want to solve another one. He solves another one. He solves the next one. Before you know it, it's already in it. And the thing, what looks like, let me tell you something. If you love something, that thing will interest you. But if you don't like it, it's like a nuisance. So if you remove that fear away from it, and the teaching methodology becomes better in terms of, you know, some of these things are abstract when you teach people. But if you create an opportunity for them to live through that abstract, then it becomes exciting. Then before you know it, people got interested. I told you the other time that I was teaching maths when I started in the school. I didn't know. I realized that when I entered the class I was teaching mathematics, I had more than, it's like the seats are not enough. So I started wondering. After about 2 weeks, I asked the principal, look, this thing is too much. I discovered that people from other classes are coming to join, leaving what subjects they have. They are coming to join my own, just because of the way I was handling the thing. It was interesting to them. So that's the thing that we need to get done in school, and we will come over that easily. We need the younger ones to be taken through, to break that barrier for them, and the sky will be the limit. Once they start getting interested in it, then the rest is history.
For you, engineering, electrical, electronics, you know, it's all about passion.
It is. It is. And it is growing. You understand? It's not stopping.
It's not stopping. Now, let us look. Okay, the question I asked earlier before the call came in, what do these young ones really stand to benefit or to gain when they pick up career paths in science and engineering?
Okay, the first and foremost, especially if you look at the environment now, anybody who moves towards science and engineering is assured of a better life. What do I mean? You don't need anybody to sustain yourself. All you need to do is pick up the right skills, and you are up there. If by virtue of the fact that when you have opportunity to work for somebody, you will discover that in no time, you begin to think of how do you want to set up yourself. Because now you have the basics. The environment is what you need. If you can create the environment yourself, at least create a place where you can get people to meet you and deliver value, the rest is gone. Then you can sustain yourself. So that is the beauty of choosing engineering. There will never be a time that you don't have something to do. Although there is something that also comes to mind. When people are trained engineering-wise, we call some things latent energy. Potential energy, things that are inherent in people. So sometimes you need people to help them break it, and that is where mentoring comes in, you understand? You try to take them out of that cage and say, okay, get loose, you understand? There is that fear between that, you know, this thing, getting loose and actually doing the practical. If they have mentors, a mentor is able to, you don't need to do things for them. Just show them the direction. Go this way. He comes out and gives you a report. No, do it this way. And by the time it gets onto the line, then it's on.
If you are privileged to profile or to offer a policy that will encourage or that will boost the study of science and engineering in Nigeria, if you are given the opportunity to advise the government, what would that advice be?
For government, the most important thing they can do, let me give you an example before I say that. In those days, in the days of the Western region, when Chief Obafemi Awolowo started free education, he knew that we were going to need teachers. What did he do? He picked the best brains in schools and gave them scholarship to study education. So what we mean, what happens is that we have a mass of people moving towards that direction because they had scholarship to do education until, you know, we could say we are satisfied. So in this same region, in this same directive, for government to encourage science, technology, and engineering, you needed to protect certain things in that direction. What do I mean? If somebody has gone to school to study electrical engineering, nobody who is a businessman should be protected doing that man's job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the man studies and is assured of his environment. For instance, if somebody needed to insure this studio, he needs to come and look at an insurance company to be sure that there are no dangers that are foreseen. What it means is that he wants to see the person who designs the electrical systems here, and he wants to see the signature of that person. That person must be a qualified engineer. If he is not, then the insurance must not insure that person, this building. So you are protecting that profession, which means whoever is giving this building must look for the services of a qualified person. The same goes for all other branches of engineering. We must protect their area of competence because we've trained them. So let them practice.
Now, as we go, what will be your parting shot to the young ones out there watching us?
Did you say parting shot? Are we leaving the studio now? It's so fast.
Well, time flies, particularly when we are having fun.
Okay.
Discussing engineering.
Okay, the parting shot is for, please, the younger ones out there, the direction for Nigeria, and indeed any nation that wants to grow, is to go the way of science and technology. You know, so if you choose that path, you can only be part of the progress and growth in Nigeria and in the world. So please, you know, remove the fears. There is nothing difficult. Mathematics is now plug and play. You understand? You can do it easily.
It's as simple as
that. In those days, we carry 4-figure table to examination hall to do work. These days, they carry computer. You understand? I mean, they carry phones and calculators. So it is now made easy. So remove the fears, go ahead and do it. You won't regret it.
We want to thank you so much, Engineer DEMOLA, AGBOOLA, FNSE, for your time with us this evening. We also thank the sponsor of the program, Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSE. Then don't also forget that the program is powered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch.
Prince Shilon is our role model.
Yes, he is. He is impacting lives. Let us also tell you that, yes, the question of the day, the answer to that question is violent. That's the answer to that question. And we also thank Sophia, who actually called in. She called in, answered the question correctly, and of course, she asked our guest a question. So it means that she is going to be winning our prize. Sophia, if you are watching me, call this number, 080-3409-6753. 080-3409-6753. I take that again, 080-3409-6753, and claim your prize. Now, as we go, the question of the week is, the modern atomic mass unit is based on what? The modern atomic mass unit is based on what? Send the answers to us via our social media handles, and we are going to reach out to you if you get it correctly, and of course give you your prize. That's the size of the program. We thank you so much for your time with us. We will be leaving without giving you our role model for the week to further inspire you and encourage you in the path of engineering. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Good mechanical engineers are assertive and confident, with a strong mechanical aptitude and the uncanny ability to visualize processes and objects in 3D. One of such people is Engineer Oluyemi Olawale Ogundele, a Nigerian-born mechanical and multimedia engineer living in Austria. He had his early education at Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta, and later proceeded to Europe to study mechanical engineering at Higher Technology Institute, Vietnam, Austria. Worked as a technician with the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, and later moved to a private sector with the Niedermeyer AG of Austria as a quality control officer. Engineer Oluyemi Ogundele returns to the international arena after 11 years by joining the International Atomic Energy Agency as a multimedia electronic engineer till date. He's a member of several professional institutes. Prominent among them are British Institute of Engineers and Technicians, Austrian Chamber of Engineers, and many others. He's a recipient of prestigious Nobel Peace Prize in 2005, an award he received together with his colleagues at the International Atomic Energy Agency for their efforts to prevent nuclear proliferation, the use of nuclear energy for military purposes, and also to ensure that nuclear energy for peaceful purposes is used in the safest possible way. He also received Percy Excellence Award 2018 by Percy Exotic Festival for his outstanding contributions in the society.